September of that year. But here we go in November of 2012 with the first of the autumn internationals in what is a hectic programme over the next 4 weeks. Here come the teams of Wales and Argentina. Soloist from the Regimental Band and Corps of Drums of the Royal Welsh Regiment.
As a mark of respect for Remembrance Weekend, the captains of both teams are carrying wreaths. Now we
a lot of the Welsh players will undoubtedly have many of their friends and counterparts who've seen action in Iraq and in Afghanistan. Applause around the stadium. It's early evening in Helmand Province, and they are watching us while we think of them.
Thank you.
And after the anthems of Argentina and Wales, commentary will come from Jonathan Davis and Alistair Eakin.
Ladies and gentlemen, would we all remain upstanding for the national anthem of Argentina, our Hen Wlad Fy Nhadau.
So here we go then, the start of fascinating and meaningful 4 weeks of international rugby. World Cup seedings to be established, statements to be made ahead of next summer's Lions tour of Australia. And for Wales this afternoon, a real test of character. The Welsh pack are without Adam Jones, Dan Lydiate and Ryan Jones, meaning a hugely important debut for Aaron Jarvis at tight head and a rare outing on the blind side for Josh Turnbull. Ian Evans returns at lock, Sam Warburton captains from open side. In the backs, Tavis Noyle is preferred to Mike Phillips at scrum half, his Scarlets teammate Rhys Priestland retaining his place at fly half. Scott Williams steps in for the injured Jonathan Davis, outside Jamie Roberts, who's hogged the headlines this week for his impending move to France. The Pumas replace their now retired loosehead prop Rodrigo Roncero with Leicester's Marcos Ayatza. Julio Farias Cabello moves from flanker to lock, and Leonardo Senatore comes in at blind side, and captain Juan Martin Fernandez-Lobe wins his 50th cap today. The Argentine back division has been shuffled, Nicolas Sanchez making his second start at fly half, the 35-year-old Felipe Contepomi recalled at 12. And amongst those looking to make an impact from the bench are the Ospreys open side Justin Tipuric in brilliant form this season, and Mike Phillips has a point or two to prove. Our referee today is Romain Poit of France, a stickler at the set piece. And a big day, Jonathan Davis.
Yes, it's going to be a very, very tough autumn for Wales. It's going to be very, very physical, very intense, as you said, and coping with 4 very physical games is going to be a huge test. But I think it's all about game management. That's the key for me.
Pumas clearing their lines early. Nicolas Sanchez, who has only appeared 5 previous times, but the clearance kick has got them certainly into the right areas of the field. Shielding possession is the skipper, Warburton, and Tavis Noyle straight into the action. Hernandez, brilliantly gifted player. No doubt about the statement there from Scott Williams as the Pumas try to recycle. Has that gone forwards? Yes, it has, says the referee. And we will have the first scrum of the game, but a big hit coming in from Scott Williams, of course, by zone stuff at Twickenham at the back end of the Six Nations last year, John.
Yeah, good pressure from the Welsh scrum half. There's the tackle by Scott Williams, great tackle. But again, from here, the overlap was created on the left-hand side, and I Contepomi should have gone left and wide. They had numbers there, but decided to go back inside.
So a big moment here for the Welsh front row, particularly for Aaron Jarvis up against Marcos Ayerza. Jarvis making his debut today in the absence of Adam Jones. And a free kick for an early engage.
Well, that's going to be crucial. The scrum is going to be very, very crucial for Wales. That's a platform they need to, compete.
Landajo, the scrum half for Argentina. Trying to punch a hole or two is Contepomi, still going strong at the age of 35. Midway between the Welsh 22 and the 10-metre line here. Now a little bit of width. Again, the devil from the fly half, Landajo, and that is high from Wales.
Well, good pressure. They haven't really broken the defensive line yet, but good recycling of the ball. A little bit lateral, but a high tackle. Steps inside Turnbull. That's, well, anything above the shoulders now is a high tackle, but, that's just a clumsy tackle more than anything. But this is what Argentina will try and do. They'll play the possession, territorial game, wait for the mistake, and then slot the penalty over.
Well, Felipe Contepomi is the record point scorer for Argentina, 628 international points. And of course, the architect of Argentina's win over the Welsh 11 years ago to the day. in Cardiff, scored 25 points that day. And we expect him to be making his bow in the final game for Argentina in this autumn series against the Irish.
Well struck, that is.
First blood to the Pumas then. Felipe Contepomi bang on target. And settling straight back in. Of course, he missed the Rugby Championship, Jonathan, but a man of his experience, that won't be holding him back this afternoon.
No, they've got great kickers. You know, you've got Hernandez and Sanchez, so if one has an off day, just someone steps up. But it's you can't afford to give them, you know, penalties. Leave them try and score tries.
Camacho fumbling the ball on that right-hand touchline. A man who made a real impression in the Rugby Championship.
It'll be interesting, Alistair, you know, on their fitness levels. You know, will they be really up for this and really ready for it after the games they've played, or will they tire if Wales, you know, play at a fast tempo? Because these Argentinian players played, you know, 12 months of the year now.
Faletau with line-out ball for the Welsh, and Jamie Roberts having to tidy up. It's been knocked forwards by the Pumas in the first instance, and this is a great attacking platform here, right on the Argentine 22.
Yeah, I think they got a. I think there's a Leguizamon got his hand in there. The inside ball, as we said, you know, I think Cuthbert, North, and Jamie Roberts will be the key ball carriers in the backline for Wales. I hope they, you know, use decoys and make the Argentinian defensive side think, not straight up the middle.
Good scrummage from the Welsh, and they've won the penalty too. That should be 3 straightforward points. But the Argentinians, we know, they come to scrummage. It is meat and drink to them, but one up for the Welsh front row.
Well, that'll give him a lot of confidence. Aaron Jarvis, you know, he's played well for the Ospreys this year. Of course, when anything happens to Adam Jones, the whole country worries about it, because we haven't really had anyone step in to take his place. But confident start for Aaron Jarvis.
Real requirement to find some strength and depth at tight head for the Welsh. Jarvis, of course, having played age group rugby for England, the under-16s and the under-19s, born in Exeter but with a Welsh grandmother. And here's Lee Halfpenny, who has had excellent success for the Blues from the tee this season.
It's usually the commentator's curse.
It's a confident strike from Lee Halfpenny, and the scores are level. The fullback assuming kicking duties, which at least in part should take the pressure off his fly half Rhys Priestland, who has had a few problems from the tee.
Yeah, he hasn't been that consistent at goal, but his general outer half play has been very good. So yeah, he doesn't have to really worry about that.
Faletau bundled backwards from the restart. Shaky clearance kick, having lost his footing from Rhys Priestland. Not the most settling of experiences.
No, I was talking to Stephen Jones before the game, and you know, with the roof closed, it's certainly a lot better that when the rain is streaming in. But it does get a little bit moist, so it's a little bit slippery.
Guignazu, the Argentine hooker, he's gone all the way to the tail. And here's Contepomi.
Good angle, Contepomi.
Landajo feeds his forward pack. Bang on the Welsh 22 here. Sanchez looking for runners. And again to the left for Sanchez. It's gone straight back into his arms. Straight off Scott Williams.
Step back. Yazet!
Cariza and Fernandez Lobe break free, and it is Landajo who darts. Again spread wide through Sanchez. Hernandez now puts the grubber kick through, looking for Senatori. Tidied up by Halfpenny, such an elusive runner.
On the line, Blue! Yaza! Safety!
Clearance from Priestland is going to find the Argentinian skipper Fernandez Lobby. This is Hernandez. Infield to Sanchez.
Yeah, he's on his own there, really, Jamie Roberts. That's a very, very good kick again. Kept it in play.
Decent chase as well from the Pumas, and Priestland on hand to hoof it away.
I think Wales will be very, very happy with that phase of play. I think Argentina had numerous phases of play there. They didn't really threaten. They put 2 grubbers in. This is the first one straight back to the standoff. But I think Wales will be very happy. They didn't make hardly any inroads into their defence. So Wales have just got to keep patient and not give penalties away.
Solid line-out ball here for the hooker Guinyazu to use. Nice quick ball too, and the forward pack rumbling up to the 22. Sanchez offering himself.
Yeah, but very deep there, very easy for the defensive line to come up. Back in the pocket.
Back in the pocket for the drop goal from Sanchez. He likes it. Nicolas Sanchez with the first drop goal in his international career. Scored a good try earlier on in his Pumas career, but this is a man for the future, and Santiago Phelan speaking in midweek about developing players. He is one such man, with Hernandez shifting around the back line a good bit, and of course Contepomi shortly to pack it all in. That's fumbled by Scott Williams.
Very well struck by the young standoff Sanchez, but again, very slow ball, no option. Good option by Sanchez. 6-3.
Gonzalo Tiesi, once of London Irish and Harlequins, recalled after quite a long time out, injured in the opening World Cup game against England a year ago now. Argentinians without a couple of key men, the likes of Amorosino and Marcelo Bosch normally would feature in matchday squads, still playing in France. That's a free kick to the Welsh. Again, the Argentinians penalised at scrum time, and here comes George North. Roberts lost in contact, but backwards. Matthew Rees takes it up. Noyle caught in possession. Priestland stagnant, but Halfpenny has some space. Roberts, was that forwards?
Well.
Referee Poit is happy with it. The Welsh come again.
No hands on the ground.
Noyle finds his club teammate Priestland. Now for Warburton. Good tackling from Ayerza.
Is isolated there, or Priestland.
Argentinian defence for the moment holding firm, seem overly troubled.
Well, they've got an injury on the left wing, and now they've got to go wide. Wales have.
2 are in without the ball. 2 are in without the ball.
Penalty to the Welsh here, another opportunity for Halfpenny, but looks like the Argentinian skipper may be in trouble.
Yeah, I don't know what happened about the first incident. Was when it's Contepomi.
Contepomi down.
That's the first one. I know Lobby got injured trying to tackle. Just watch. There's the offence. Ball goes down. Referee's called down. The ball's on the floor. Leave it there. He's come through. Referee said from the side.
So Halfpenny will eye this one up, but Contepomi looks in a lot of pain down there. The ice has gone on the knee, and they've got some miles in them, those knees, Jonathan.
Yes, he's been a tremendous servant to Argentina. A very, very unfortunate end to his international career. There we are. Let's have a look at right the frame. There he is. He's gone in there to try and the jackal, and unfortunately, oh, look at that. He's in agony. He's been dragged over. His left leg, his left knee is given away. And that is the danger. He's in a very, very good position there.
And that is very, very disappointing for Argentina and indeed for rugby fans everywhere. After just 13 minutes, Felipe Contepomi takes his bow. So Joaquin Tuculet will come onto the field, and the Argentinians will have to think twice about what they do now.
Just watch the left knee here. He gets in a good jackal position. Unfortunately, oh, it's the right knee, isn't it? Yeah, the right knee goes down. Just falling on it. Oh, it's in agony.
So Halfpenny to level this up. It's another very clean strike from Lee Halfpenny, who is in the groove right now. It's 6 points apiece. Relatively contented men in the Welsh coaching staff box.
Well, I think Argentina have dominated possession. But Wales, whenever they've had possession, they've looked quite threatening on 2 occasions. They've come away with penalties. So they think quite content. Just a little bit more ball they want.
Priestland to Scott Williams, who lets fly.
Very dangerous, close to a charge on there. They read that well, the Argentinians.
Hernandez underneath it. Dangerous runner in broken field play. Fine tackling from Cuthbert amongst others. Pumas then from within their own half. The ball threaded through by TAC and picked up by Falatau.
Good yardage.
So young and yet seemingly the first name on the team sheet these days is the Welsh running out of defence, and this is Cuthbert. Alan Wynne-Jones.
Numbers again.
Here come the Welsh once more. Nice linking from Turnbull to Halfpenny. Falatau eventually brought down. Matthew Rees upended on halfway from Cabello's tackle. Williams. Nice line from Roberts, but the Argentinians were ready for it. They were equal to it. And this is Imhoff, very dangerous winger. They'll come back for the initial knock-on. So the Argentinians have rearranged things with Tuculet into the back line for Contepomi.
I think
very difficult always, Jonathan, I'm guessing, at this stage, so early in a match, to have to rethink your game plan behind the pack.
Well, you know, they've got plenty of time to practice, that's the thing, but I think he has to change his game a little bit. But look at the overlap. They've had overlaps on numerous occasions. Trouble is, there we are. We'll just watch this coming out now. Look, they've got 3 defenders spread out, okay? First thing they do, Rhys Priestland, miss one. Terrible, you know, they've just got to take it up to the line and straighten up. That's easy defence for Argentina because they'll just push up and drift. I think they have to play slightly, you know, flatter and just unders, you know, run inside shoulders. That's what they have to do because they are creating the numbers on the outside. But, you know, they're so deep and they're just passing aimlessly along. They're not taking anyone out. But the opportunities are there.
Let's hear from Martin Williams on the touchline. Martin.
Yeah, I think it's been, you know, quite an Argentine start, really. They threw the ball about, tested the Welsh defence, which was ever solid, and, you know, vice versa. Argentinians have looked very solid in defence as well. So it's been a great start scrum time. Aaron Jarvis has won a free kick and a penalty. So it's been a positive start.
This is a rather more solid scrummage from the Pumas, but it does spit out unexpectedly. Andajo feeds it on to the skipper, Hernandez Lobby.
Certainly grown in confidence with ball in hand because, as Martin said, there was a very poor scrum for Argentina, and they just kept on playing the slow ball.
Halfpenny muscled off the ball. George North does the tidying.
Take it back.
Noyle finds Priestland.
Stay, 7! Stay!
And that's straight down the throat of Sanchez.
Leave it, Blue!
That hasn't got the distance on it. And it's easy for Noyle.
Players in the 10 meters.
He's isolated there.
The runners to punch those holes around the fringes, but the Argentinians have stolen possession.
Yeah, they came through the middle there, so that was okay.
And they've got a big overlap here. If only they can get it wide, which they do. And this is Hernandez. Spread wide to Imhoff, who's got plenty of pace. Kicks in field. Tiesi could gather to score. Tiesi is close, so close.
And a knock on, unfortunately for Argentina, but good hands, created a space for Imhoff. And he lost control on the ground, as Roman Potier said. First real opportunity for the other side. There's the turnover. He's slightly isolated, and again Lobby is in there, comes straight through the middle. And just watch, there's the numbers on the left hand side for Argentina, right hand side. They straighten up, create the overlap. Imhoff has the pitch, just get his kick in. Very, very good kick, no other option. Tiesi is there and just loses the ball on the way over.
Well, he was unfortunate, wasn't he, in some degree. A slightly different bounce of the ball, and we would have had a very different outcome. But as it is, it's a Welsh scrum 5 metres out.
First scrum, really, any pressure on the Welsh. Let's see what the Argentinians say. They'll have a go at him. That's a good scrum by
Neatly
Wales.
done by the Welsh, and Roberts takes it up to gain an extra metre or two, and Tavis Noyle fires it away.
Well, again, great scrum. The scrum turned the right way. There was an opportunity there to put it through the hands. There's the hit again.
Roberts being carefully marshalled this afternoon. Guinyazu then, the Pumas hooker, finding the giant Cariza. Ayerza, well, that's why he's a prop and not a scrum half.
Yeah, on his own now. Argentinian player.
They managed to secure the ball. Landajo issuing instructions from the base.
Leave it, one.
Landajo digging for it. Back it comes for Sanchez. He's going to have another go at it from 40 metres out. And this one's just spread wide. Not shy, is he?
No, he's not shy. Another crack at it. Poor pass. It was going missing right all the way.
Just a second start in international colours for Nicolas Sanchez.
Step back.
Plays his rugby for Bordeaux Bègles. We're learning that Felipe Contepomi has knee ligament damage, and that will mean a spell out. It may well mean the end of his illustrious career. A little premature. It's gone forwards from the Welsh, and the Argentinians will look to capitalise. Landajo has put that out on the full.
Yeah, they'll go back for the scrum. Well, the problem Wales have had, they've had a lot of possession, haven't kept it, and they haven't it in an attacking position.
So a decent position this for the Argentinians. Some thinking to be done for the Welsh skipper, Sam Warburton, who's done very well, in all honesty, to hold off the challenge of Justin Tipperick. We'll be seeing him at some stage, the Ospreys open side. Senatore picks up and feeds Landajo. Very neat from Lee Halfpenny.
Yeah, very, very well played. Just had enough time to put it on his right peg and clear the danger.
Well, the director of rugby at the Cardiff Blues, for all their troubles recently, said in recent weeks that he thought Lee Halfpenny was amongst the best couple of fullbacks in the world. He is very secure. And,
in 15,
will be right in the frame for the Lions mix next summer, you feel, as will so many of this Welsh side. This is Tiesi, who came so close a few minutes ago.
I think Jamie Roberts has taken a bang. He's on the ground.
Roberts is down.
Sorry? Injury? All right.
And he's not moving a whole lot at the moment either, as the Argentinians move it through Leguizamon, and they've created a little bit of space for Cabello. Still, they move forwards. They could do with a little bit of assistance from the rest of the forward pack, and Wales have turned possession over. This is George North. This is tailor-made for George North.
Well, it's getting a dangerous area now with
lots of
Jamie
players
Roberts
out wide. This is Scott Williams to Cuthbert. Excellent tackling from Camacho. Clung on for dear life.
Stop! Yazan!
Tavis Noyle has a little dart.
Big hit
Phillips-esque.
again.
Still Roberts is down. Scott Williams thinks he spotted space. He hasn't. He spotted Sanchez.
Well, there were numbers on the left-hand side again, but unfortunately they couldn't get the ball out to the
Halfpenny.
players.
Leave it, Red! Leave it! Backward.
Spilt by Tukulet, but
No,
backwards.
step out! Step out!
And that's surely gone forwards from the Welsh.
Well, it's very loose, isn't it? That's the thing. There's no one really controlling the game.
Not many numbers being committed to the breakdown by either team at the moment either. This is Hernandez looking for the crossfield kick, and rather surprising Gonzalo Tiesi. He wasn't really ready for it. Now this is trouble. This is Jamie Roberts.
Yeah, he hasn't really moved. I think he's all right. He's talking away. You know, that's just it's not bruising now. That's paint. So he's okay. I think he just caught his head on the wrong side as he went into the tackle. Just caught his head on the wrong side. Just watch. This is it. Bang, yeah. Clash of heads. Down he goes. Unfortunate clash. Just watch. He checks a run. Yeah, just catches the head on the chin.
Is he good?
Yeah, just watch. Got his body angle a little bit wrong.
Jamie Roberts, of course, has had his scrapes with injury, missed the summer tour to Australia with a knee operation. But a medical man.
Here we are, possession, look, 55, and they've really controlled the game. Just watch.
Not yet. Not yet. Wait my whistle.
James Hook enters the fray for Jamie Roberts. A disappointing end to what's been a turbulent week for the inside centre. It may be that there is some sort of concussion analysis to be done, but for the time being, James Hook is on the field. So both sides losing their inside centres early in the piece.
Yeah, well, maybe they'll a little bit more football with James Hook coming on.
Nice clean ball from Evans at the line out, and Falatau drives forwards. Halfpenny has to reach. Imhoff off the outside edge.
Oof. Not the greatest kick.
Jamie Roberts will not be reappearing, we understand, so that's the end of the match for Jamie Roberts, and James Hook will have the remaining 55 minutes or so to make an impact.
Yeah.
Nice take. Milking the applause as well, you feel. Why not?
Backward.
Falatau busy in the loose.
Advantage.
And a mix up there.
Two blue. Leave it to move quickly.
That's Guinazu.
Well,
Offside.
Yeah, every time Wales have been in the Argentinian half, they've given a penalty away. Up steps Lee Halfpenny, 3 points.
It should be. It's bang in front of the sticks.
Yeah.
Not a huge amount of shape on the game at the moment, is there?
No, not really. There's, I think the Welsh defence really containing the Argentinian attack. We haven't seen much Welsh attack. I think Rob Howley and maybe Sean Edwards will have to look at the depth of their back play, because, as I've mentioned earlier, there have been a few opportunities where the overlap has been there, and they've got to vary their depth, you know, and make use of the numbers. You know, they just can't throw the ball out and then leave the Argentinian defence drift on. So there are a couple of opportunities there. They've got to look what's in front of them and adapt their depth.
The Welsh, of course, traditionally have been slow starters in November. You have to go back 10 years to a time when they won their first autumn international of a series. This is the opportunity for Halfpenny to move them back in front. 2 from 2 so far. And the 100% record remains intact. Happy supporters for the time being. And Hernandez gets us underway again.
Option, line out or scrum. Line out or scrum. Okay, all right. Thanks, Dudley. Scrum red ball.
An opportunity here for the Welsh to play some rugby down inside the Pumas'
Keep
half.
the last one in your memory, guys.
3-point advantage. And for the most part, the front row been holding up very, very well against this tough Pumas front three.
Very, very well.
Set! Wait the ball, guys.
A lot of pushing happening before the ball is fed in, as per usual.
Just what, you know, if you look at the Argentinian defensive lineup here, the 10 and 12 are very tight.
Touch.
So,
touch.
If they can use.
Now that was fed straight into the second row by Tavis Noyle.
Yeah, I can see that from here. That was a poor feed.
Where's Brian Moore when you need him?
Thankfully not here.
He'll be bringing you the highlights from England-Fiji a little later on BBC 3. 7 o'clock for that.
No hands!
Driven on by Senatore, playing at number 8 today. Sanchez, that was very close to being forwards, but referee Poit is happy. Still they retain possession, they keep moving sideways.
So lateral, there's hardly any yardage over the gain now, which makes it very, very difficult for the back line.
Indecision from Sanchez, and the Welsh will try to pour all over the top of that.
So slow again, have no option whatsoever.
He's got 3 or 4 defenders all over him. The Welsh back row working hard. Now the ball has gone free from a boot.
Yes.
Lots forwards. Advantage red.
And eventually it is George North who gets his mitts on it. It's gone forwards from the Argentinians. Gethin Jenkins steps in at scrum half, and it falls to James Hook to do the clearance work.
Well, that's one advantage with James Hook. There is another kicking option there, which makes it easier for Reece Priestland. Hopefully now James Hook will see the Argentinian defence.
Looks like George North has taken a bit of a bang on the hit, maybe.
Anything in the low, you wait and you adapt.
More instructions from the skipper. The Argentinians trailing by those 3 points with 10 minutes left in this opening half.
Go in. Advantage number.
Cariza
Well,
leaping high.
I think it's a penalty here for Argentina.
Takes it on. Is there advantage being played?
Advantage over.
Landajo feeds it on to Fernandez Lobe.
Well, he called advantage over. I can't see much advantage there, to be honest, Alistair.
Didn't last very long, did
no.
it? Forward pass from the Argentinians, so we'll have a scrum to the Welsh, just outside their 22.
Are you okay? 3 red. You need the physio?
Another man down. Now this is a little troubling because it's Aaron Jarvis. Paul James, of course, waiting on the bench if necessary to cover. Well, he could cover either side.
He can, and Bevington's there as well, so plenty of cover for them. But I think they'll be very pleased with the way Aaron Jarvis has held the scrum so far. So he'd be disappointed if he had to go off. But he looks okay. Started extremely well.
Learning all the time, he said in midweek, from Adam Jones, who's been generous with his assistance at the Ospreys.
There are some big hits going in from both sides.
Jersey.
The intensity of the game never lets up, and it was the one thing that Santiago Phelan, the Argentinian coach, mentioned at his team announcement the other day. The intensity and the pace of the game is what they will take out of their experiences in the Rugby Championship. That, and of course the ability now, Jonathan, to play 12 internationals a season, where they were previously only getting half that number.
Well, I have no idea how they do it now, because these players, they play 12 months of the year now with club and country in 2 different hemispheres. There will be a burnout soon.
So Jarvis is restored to health.
Touch. Set.
Noyle having to watch that feed.
Good scrum.
Very good scrum from the Welsh. Priestland with a little bit of time on this occasion. Chasing back is Camacho.
Leave it, Blue.
To Colette. Does the clearance job, but this is Halfpenny.
Red.
A lot of height, but no distance.
Not far enough.
Backward.
Got it back, though.
And this could be useful. Priestland again. Dabs it through. A slightly late hit from Alan Wynne-Jones.
Yeah, and the assistant referee is in.
Well, it was a little unnecessary because the ball was long gone.
Long gone. I just think he was in the air and just... Let's have a look.
There's the clearance from Hernandez, and long after that, Alan Wynne-Jones.
He's not.
It's pretty gentle as these things go.
I don't know why he did it, to be honest.
What's your recommendation? Just a penalty?
Very strange.
All right. Do you know where the ball landed? 4. That was just reckless, but just the only one, all right?
Yeah.
We go to the...
Very lucky that he could have been given the yellow card, Alistair.
That was an option, wasn't it?
All right.
It was an option, but...
Thank you, Dudley. Good call.
1/10 there, really.
Time back on. Late tackle.
Let's hear the views of Martin Williams. Martin, what's caught your eye?
Yeah, I just think from the touchline, Argentina they are controlling the game, in fairness. The Welsh defence, like we said earlier, Sean Edwards would probably be the happiest of all the coaches. But what will please Wales, they've been in probably the Argentinian half 3 times and come away with 9 points. So, they're in the lead, and it's a typical scrappy first 40 minutes. So hopefully you can get to half-time in the lead and then seal the victory in the last 40.
Bit scrappy though, Martin, isn't it?
Yeah, it is very scrappy. It's a typical, game when you play Argentina.
Yeah.
They make it very difficult to break down. The aerial game as well. I feel they're winning the aerial battle at the moment and dominating the territory.
Here come the Pumas again, approaching the Welsh 22. Landajo.
Fine.
Sanchez for Cariza.
Again,
Nice
numbers.
offload out of the tackle. Oh, and now it's fallen into the arms of George North. Good opportunity this for the Welsh. Hook with Scott Williams down. Cuthbert dragged into touch. They could have done with Scott Williams there.
Yeah, just the turn there, the turnover from the intercept. An extra man would have been handy if Scott Williams had had a bang.
We play on.
There's the turnover.
We play on, guys. We play on.
There's the intercept. Unfortunately, ball goes wide. Gets to this man, Cuthbert. He's not going to get outside.
You are 2, 9,
TSC without him out of space.
Line-out ball taken in by Figaggio.
Yes,
I think Argentina have really got to go back to basics with their forwards. Wales aren't committing any men whatsoever.
That's a brilliant take from Lee Halfpenny. Absolutely superb. And look at this on the counter-attack. Hook spotting it wide to North, who's got space.
Great tackle. Great tackle by Camacho there. Used the touchline as the extra defender. Just cut him down. This is the take by Lee Halfpenny. Eyes on the ball. Comes down with it. And then this is the back line.
Right?
Takes him on the outside. That's a textbook tackle, Camacho.
Classy player. Camacho, of course, scored the try for Harlequins to win the European Challenge Cup against Stade in this city at the Cardiff City Stadium a couple of years ago.
He came in.
And he's playing very well for the Exeter Chiefs at the moment as well.
And again, numbers, too many numbers in the line. That's the second time it's happened for Wales.
Leave it!
Fernandez Lobbe, never shy of contact. Sanchez playing with fire.
Thanks, Jim.
Senatore, show and go from the number 8. Stopped in his tracks, and the penalty awarded to the Welsh, failing to release.
Yeah. Isolated, holding on to the ball. As I mentioned, I think Argentina have got to commit more, go up the ruck a little bit now, because the Welsh defence is just fanning across the field, and they find it very difficult to break this Welsh defence down.
That's a very good kick from Reece Priestland. That is a full 50, I should say, not far off 60 metres.
Here we are, there's the offence, he's on the ball. I think it's Aaron Jarvis over the top again. Look in the jackal position. Good penalty one for Jarvis for Wales. The first real opportunity for Wales inside the 22. What a time to score.
And the quick 1-2 at the front of the line-outs. Now it's spread for North to punch the holes, make those dents, and free up the space for everybody else. Driven on by Turnbull. Priestland now changes direction.
Oh,
Penny
great hit.
Absolutely munched.
What a tackle.
What out?
Good play.
Ball for Cuthbert. This is better from the Welsh.
Side and 3-4.
Again,
Joining the ruck from the side.
Yeah, Alan Wynne-Jones from the side. Wasted opportunity.
From the side, cleaning the breakdown area. Huh?
Well, what a chance. Just when they were building and building nicely.
Ça va, c'est sûr?
Well, they're bringing Cuthbert into the game now. And just watch number 4 cleaning out TSC from the side. What an opportunity. But this is what Wales have got to do, is bring Cuthbert and George North into the game.
Alan Wynne-Jones.
Red on the line, please.
One of the leaders in this side, of course, having led the Ospreys to the Pro 12 title last season.
He'd be unhappy with giving 2 penalties away in the last 5 minutes.
5.
Argentina have cleared all the way up to their 10-metre line.
In front,
Landajo.
14!
Again,
away,
no distance
away.
on the box kick. Taken in by Tavis Noyle.
Right. Step.
Faletau lending his weight. And this is James Hook trying to
Any contest
dance
do?
his way through the traffic. Priestland has a go. Support comes in from Matthew Rees. This is Jones again.
Put him back by Blue.
Argentina have
over.
stolen it. And this is Leguizamon to Sanchez, who will show a clean pair of heels. To Landajo. Danger here for the Welsh. The scrum half rounding Faletau, but clawed to the ground. Sanchez again. For a lovely burst from Senatore.
Oh, desperate
Now
defence.
a massive overlap, but they've been a little slow about moving it. This is Tuculet.
I think they were very unlucky there, Argentina. There was a lazy runner coming back there, got in the way of the ball.
Sanchez to Fernandez Lobbe, and it's hacked clear by Hook.
Great soccer tackle. Camacho once again. What a tackle that is. Perfectly timed.
Well, he's putting himself about this afternoon, isn't he?
Yeah.
Gonzalo Camacho.
There's the turnover. Just watch as Hernandez rips the ball from Alan Wynne-Jones. And this is what launches the attack for them. And there's a break. Just watch.
Agreed, he didn't touch the ball.
Lovely inside ball. Good running again by the Argentinians. And if we just keep this going, this is the opportunity. They try and get on the outside, a mismatch. But no, he's got enough pace, Faletau. What the tackle, he thinks he's on the outside, of Faletau's tracking him. The tackle has to be made. There's another injury, I think Alan Wynne-Jones is going off now.
Yep, there is another replacement to be made. It is the lock forward, Alan Wynne-Jones, after what has not been a terribly happy 5 minutes or so. A couple of penalties, and he's been robbed of possession and now robbed of the ability to continue in the second half. So Rob McCusker, the Scarlet skipper, will come on.
Yeah, and I think that they'll push Josh Turnbull maybe to the second row.
Blue, please. Blue, open the gap. One.
Straight into action for McCusker, who's been in good form for the Scarlets, and one of those beneficiaries of the injuries to Lydiot and Ryan Jones. Line out ball through Turnbull. Warburton, the link man for Williams, who spilt it in contact, and the Pumas have a last chance at the death here. Right at the end of this first half.
Great ball.
It's gone forwards, and that will probably be that. Not a thing of enormous beauty.
No, I don't think they've looked very, very scrappy. They haven't kept on to the ball. There's been too many turnovers and handling errors, so there's been no continuity there. As Martin Williams said, I think Argentina have dominated the game territorially and possession-wise, but they just can't breach the Welsh defence. So a very scrappy first half with no one really, hitting their straps yet. But hey, it's still anyone's game.
3 penalties for Lee Halfpenny to 1 from the boot of Felipe Contepome, now departed, and a drop goal from Nicolas Sanchez. And at half-time here at the Millennium, it's Wales 9, Argentina 6.
It's interesting, I'll say, in studio there, Stephen and I know everyone blames the outside half tonight. Everyone blames the outside half in studio. I don't know.
You love the glory, though. That's why you have to take it on the chin now and then. So a couple of big absentees now missing from the Welsh lineup. No Jamie Roberts, no Alan Wynne-Jones, and for Argentina, no Felipe Contepome. There is a George North, and he has the ball. Faletau has fumbled that by the looks of things, and the Argentinians have the chance to launch a first attack here. Decent work from the Pumas. Hernandez on the loop is Sanchez, showing the ball nicely, and Imhoff off his feet.
Well, good start again for the second half, same as the first half. Oh, great take.
Brilliant take from Leguizamon. Well, he knows all about diving.
No option.
If anybody saw the London Irish dive for the line some 4 or 5 years ago, where he spilt the ball as he was going to score. That one has been spilt by Ayerza. Lots of errors in the early exchanges, but a penalty to Argentina forthcoming.
Well, again, good start. Didn't clear the kick-off, so find themselves looking at 9 points apiece. But I do think Wales, they have to keep, as the boys said, a lot of handling errors, knock-ons, which has stopped their continuity. As I said, if they can just build the phases, you know, get a bit of continuity, I'm sure they'll break this Argentinian defence down.
That's Juan Manuel Leguizamon, once of London Irish and indeed of Stade Francais, but launching himself in the direction of the ball on behalf of his countrymen. And that's Marcos Ayerza, who's taken a bit of a bang on the knee. Nicolas Sanchez then with the opportunity to draw things level again for the Pumas. Kick that surprise drop goal in the opening half. Off the post, and Falatau is anticipating it.
Poor miss there. You'd have expected to get that.
Finger onside, you stay!
Priestland
Good kick.
puts it away. A quick line out will be taken. Good tackle from Gethin Jenkins, something of a specialist in that area. Sanchez with a cheeky little chip over the top, and they've secured the ball too. Landajo via the skipper.
Putting back!
It's been spilt, and Wales can regroup here.
Let's go quick.
Halfpenny to Priestland and Falatau, who will want to straighten the attack. Penalty Argentina, the Welsh off their feet.
Yeah, and there's very good competing there by the Argentinian. I think it was the front row. Number 3, Figalo, he just stood his ground, and then it caused the Welsh players to get off their feet and close off the ball. Another penalty, another opportunity for 3 points. He just goes there. It's just, they can't shift him. They cannot shift him. Him against 3. Then they go to ground, penalty.
So this is a good deal further out for Sanchez. Distance wasn't the problem last time. And he's lost his footing completely there on the slippery turf.
About the line, George.
2 opportunities missed by Argentina.
They have the ball back thanks to the Priestland clearance. Taken in now by Cabello. One of the few who actually plays his rugby in Argentina. It's not going to hand at the moment, and the scrappy rugby continues.
Yeah, very much so.
Hernandez.
Good play, Halfpenny.
Halfpenny beautifully positioned, wasn't he? Stuttering run, but Falatau is on hand.
Oh, no. Nothing going on down there.
Tavis Noyle feeds Falatau again. He's been the standout member of the back row, certainly today, Falatau. Priestland. A lot of people slipping over, and the turf here at the Millennium Stadium has come in for some criticism now and then. This is Halfpenny to Scott Williams.
I think both sides are lateral at the moment.
Tavis Noyle spotted a half gap. Priestland, that's a clever kick. North is after it. But Hernandez is safe.
Good clearance.
White. 15.
This is the penalty from Nicolas Sanchez, and you can just see as he plants the left foot there, it slid from under him.
Yeah, it did. This is quite a surprise. Hernandez is being substituted, so I don't know if he's injured or not.
Horatio Aguja, who will be familiar to many watchers of the English Premiership, having spent a good deal of his time at the Leicester Tigers, now with Bath. That is a surprising call from Santiago Phelan.
Yeah, very much so. Especially with, Sanchez not kicking well as well.
Yep, Hernandez offers something from the tee as well, doesn't he? But he's gone. Warburton takes it up. Bodies piling in. It's very slow. Matthew Rees tries to inject a little bit of urgency. Priestland, mud spattered to North. The tackling is strong though.
I think this is an advantage as well for Wales, so I think it's a penalty. Yeah.
And they'll come back for that. Lee Halfpenny will step up shortly.
Not all out.
The Argentine hooker Guiñazú singled out by Romain Poit for failing to roll away. And Lee Halfpenny will try and make them pay for it.
Well, there we are. Just watch number 2, just lying there, not moving away. He hasn't even moved his head, look, never his body. So there's the penalty.
Well, this would really drive it home, wouldn't it? This slender advantage if he could get another 3 points on the board, with Sanchez having missed those 2. And it was something that cost them in the Rugby Championship, wasn't it, Jonathan? The inability to convert from the tee. Less than 50% of their kicks went over during that period.
Which is unusual for the Argentinians. They've always had very, very good kickers, which is unusual. Poor kick and success rate. But yeah, this would be a real kick in the teeth. 2 misses by Sanchez. I wouldn't expect Halfpenny to miss this.
He's turned away immediately. He hasn't looked like missing this afternoon. 4 from 4 for Lee Halfpenny. It's Wales 12, Argentina 6.
Yeah, even this early in the game, will it change the mindset of the Argentinian attack? 6 points.
Another replacement onto the field in the form of Agustin Crevy, who is one to look out for actually this afternoon. He's quite a flamboyant player, loves the offload, known as Sonny Bill down in Montpellier, where he plays his rugby. Falatau takes it in for Wales from the restart, looking to build on this small platform they've created for themselves. Gethin Jenkins.
I'm surprised he took the ball there, Gethin.
Hands on.
Short of match play, Gethin Jenkins, isn't he? As Priestland gets the clearance kick away, not a terribly tidy one. Gethin Jenkins struggling for a place in the Toulon side, certainly a starting place with Andrew Sheridan there.
Yeah, not getting regular rugby.
Full line out.
So here is Agustin Crevy, a converted hooker, looking to find his man with the first line out, his first
good steal.
Afternoon.
Ian Evans.
Very good work from Evans. Of course, was the standout lock of the Six Nations Grand Slam campaign. Noyle with the box kick, taken by Imhoff. Penalty Argentina. Again, the Welsh are not staying upright, or at least not holding their own body weight. Toby Faletau putting in a lot of hard work around the park.
He is.
A lot of tackling, but on that occasion relinquishing the possession. Was he 21? He could be the Welsh number 8 for a decade.
He's a good player, very, very good player.
Turns 22 on Monday. Nice line-out ball secured for the Pumas. They are midway between the 10-metre line and the Welsh 22. This is promising, and this is Cravey as he charges upfield, determined to make an impression. Landajo. Wales racing back in defence. Sanchez to Aguja. First touch for the winger. Back it comes for Sanchez, who likes to look at the drop goal again. It's 2 for Sanchez.
Well, I thought again they weren't getting anywhere, so he steps back in the pocket. He's missed 2 penalties. And that's another go at just popping a drop goal over and nails it.
Well, in a game like this, Jonathan, that isn't a bad tactic. We have had very, very few genuine try-scoring opportunities.
Yeah, neither side have created hardly anything, so when the ball is slow, you might as well just pop it over.
So the deficit reduced to just 3 points as Aguja gathers the restart. Smart thinking from Landajo. Wonder how long it'll be before we see Mike Phillips introduced. Still in Argentinian hands for the time being.
Step back.
Painfully slow possession. Sanchez under pressure from Faletau.
Good chance to counter-attack.
Now then, what can Halfpenny bring? Priestland and Halfpenny combining, and again slipping on the turf. It's a little loose from Turnbull. Tavis Noyle in there to try and make sure that that is a Welsh ball. It's going to be an Argentine ball.
Still very scrappy, isn't it? And I think both sides not having much idea how to break the opposition's defence down.
It was looking quite promising when Halfpenny was on the loop. But the turf really cutting up down there, Jonathan, isn't it?
That's surprising that it is cutting up.
Let's get the views of Martin Williams. Martin.
Yeah, I think although the roof is shut, it's just very, very slippery down here. And I think any half chance, guys are losing their foot in, and it's probably taking Wales' counter-attacking game away. But you know, once again, I think what you saw ominous signs there of the last penalty. They've kicked, the Argentinians have kicked to the corner and driven the line out, and that's where you'll miss Alan Wynne in that boiler house to stop those driving balls. I think that's what Argentina look for in the next 30 minutes.
Time back on, scrum blue ball, attacking team.
Ian Evans is alongside Josh Turnbull now in that second row. They put McCusker in there.
Yeah, they have. They've got not much choice, have they? Just feel now the game needs a spark just to light it up a little bit.
Come close. Same ball. Simon. One, you should. Second. Segunda. Crutch.
Romain Poit, one of those referees renowned globally for taking his time over the scrummage. He likes it to be clean and tidy, and this is Argentine ball. And trying to charge through is Aguja.
That's good ball.
Imhoff plays scrum half. Taken on by Leguizamon. Nice offload to Fernandez Lobby, and this is Imhoff. Imhoff is going to go all the way for the try.
Finish.
Fabulous stuff from Juan Imhoff. And Argentina break the deadlock.
Well, no surprise. Leguizamon, Lobby, and then great support by Imhoff, and he rounded Lee Halfpenny superbly. That's the first time they've really gone down the middle. Just watch. Leguizamon goes in, offload. Lobby, offload. great support, Imanov, and just runs round halfpenny. Just watch the offload. Dummy goes in between two tackles, gets his hand free, great offload. Lobbe is straight in there. He's tackled as he goes down. Imanov, great support play off the right foot. See you later, halfpenny. Great finish.
And this is Sanchez to add the extras, and all of a sudden Wales are in big trouble. 25 minutes left to play. They trail by 4 points, and this was high-class finishing. Apart from anything else, the build-up very neat. Not too many roundly halfpenny like that, just to give you the idea of the pace that one Imhoff has.
Lovely step, very difficult for the full-back when you just stood there. Great support, and all of a sudden the support has got louder and louder. Now they know they need to up their game, Wales.
11 years ago to the day, Argentina beat the Welsh here in Cardiff by 30 points to 16. Is history going to repeat itself this afternoon? Rob Howley and Sean Edwards will be a little anxious at this stage.
Well, to be fair, you know, Wales haven't really created anything. The two opportunities have come from Argentina. They've taken one, and now let's see how Wales responds. Plenty of time to go. Mike
Phillips is on.
Yeah.
So you would imagine that he's pretty keen to prove a point at this juncture. 24 minutes to make an impact.
Yeah, I think that one thing about Mike Phillips, he tries his absolute best when he puts the red jersey on. He's had some very, very influential games.
Leonardo Sanatore has gone off for Argentina, replaced by Thomas Leonardi. And a line out to the Welsh on the Argentine 10-metre line. That didn't look straight, but referee Poit is happy to let play continue, and Falatau again is the man who provides the target.
Well, it's front ball, but it's, hopeless ball for an attacking position.
Driven on by Evans, but bundled backwards in the tackle. Argentina tigerish in defence.
Well, tails are up now with Argentina.
Phillips digs it out for Matthew Rees. Priestland lying deep, puts up the Gary Owen. Fabulous take from Tukelet, and this is Imhoff once more.
He's off again. So if they go wide here, opportunity is on.
Figajo, nice link play. And this is brilliant passing from the Argentinians until then.
Had the chance, they just overrun the ball a little bit. An opportunity missed to go wide again, and even not to score. Good play again. And then the offload. Tukelet, Imhoff, and just watch, this is it. They just overrun it a little bit. Good hands, TSC. Very difficult there.
It's the take and give,
yeah,
while being clobbered by Matthew Rees.
Yeah, Cabajo, very difficult there. Ball was won by his ankles, but an opportunity.
4 points the difference. Wales have won their last 4 matches here at the Millennium Stadium, but referee Poit doesn't like the feed, and Argentina will have another crack at it through their skipper.
Yeah, looking for the penalty, Lobbe again. Great play.
Cravey.
They're starting to fall off tackles now, the Welsh. They're getting over that gain line.
Sanchez feeds it infield. Looking for TAC.
Great chip. Bounce is crucial.
Now the bounce. Oh, could this be some fabulous skill? Cuthbert allied to the threat.
Well, I tell you.
Game's changed a bit, hasn't it?
Game has changed. Certainly given them that confidence. Wales have had to respond. Just watch the footwork. Imanov, right foot. There's the right foot chip. He's offside actually, the front runner, but great position once again.
What an opportunity here for the Pumas. Line out ball secured through Fernandez lobby. They're going to work the rolling maul. The Welsh defence splintering.
Penalty.
Penalty is coming, whatever. Leguizamon charges up. Landajo to Sanchez. Looking for Imhoff, who's everywhere. Gets it away in the tackle as well. And this is going to be a try in the corner.
Great finish if he's got it. What a finish if he's got that over.
Camacho is absolutely convinced he's got it down. Referee Roman Puats is not quite so sure.
Well, you have to have a look at the response of the player. He thinks he's scored. If he has, it's a great finish. Just watch, ball goes out, takes it with one hand, Camacho, angles in. Great finish.
That's on the line from here.
That is on the line.
Of Scotland is the television match official.
That's a try. Great finish.
No doubt about it, and rich reward for a player who has been absolutely outstanding this afternoon.
I tell you what, in the last 10 minutes, the influence of Lobbe has been amazing. Great finish.
Here's
try.
The decision.
Without a shadow of a doubt, it has to be a try.
Try for the Pumas. And Gonzalo Camacho of the Exeter Chiefs has struck a vital blow.
Well, they've been very, very flat, Wales have. And again, the offload is absolutely crucial. Imhoff, but Camacho, that's a tremendous finish. And we can't say they didn't deserve it. They have played exceptionally well in the second half.
It's almost as if a switch has been tripped.
It has, and I think that, Wales look flat. There hasn't been any attacking, options for them. They haven't created anything. 2 chances, 2 tries.
Nicolas Sanchez wearing the scars of battle.
Got it.
That is an absolute peach. Fabulous kicking from Nicolas Sanchez. Great finish from Gonzalo Camacho. And 2 tries in the space of 5 minutes have completely changed the complexion of this match.
Great offload. Imhoff, that's the crucial offload. But still had a lot to do. Tremendous finish. Now then, 20 minutes, Wales have got to pick the tempo up. Possession.
Big test. Big test now for this Welsh squad.
I don't see why they try and chip, Lobbe is there. It's Fernandez Lobbe is waiting there. He's one of the best forwards in the world. And you're trying to take the light of the kick-off off him with George North, the winger.
Richard Hibbert is on as well now for Wales. Faletau is set free. Phillips to Hibbert. Also there now is Paul James. The changes have been rung. And here they come. Oh, that's poor from Priestland. He was looking where he was going rather than at the ball. Just where an opportunity beckoned, but maybe Mike Phillips can make it happen. Priestland. They're all standing stock still.
Very flat.
Faletau scythed down by Leguizamon. Tackles coming in thick and fast. TAC this time. And they may have counter-rucked over the top of this.
Yep,
that's fabulous work. Really good work for the turnover from the Pumas pack.
Good clear out there, Gethin Jenkins. Otherwise, it'd been a penalty. He was isolated.
Cuthbert trying to muscle a way through.
No hands!
Halfpenny. Cuthbert again using his power.
And again. Give it.
Hibbert to Paul James. Not really the man for that particular job.
No, not really. But good use of the short side.
Lots of rugby to follow, of course, this afternoon. Ireland against South Africa live from Dublin at 5 o'clock, and then at 7 o'clock tonight on BBC Three, highlights of the England game against Fiji at Twickenham. Tomorrow, a 2:10 start for us. Scotland taking on the All Blacks live from Murrayfield.
Well, yeah, the All Blacks, tremendous form at the moment.
Here come the Pumas. 17 minutes left to play, 11 points the difference.
You stay in front, Blue. Stop.
To Collette.
No.
Straight down the throat of Halfpenny. He's going to have a dart. George North working hard in off his wing. Phillips away through hook to Williams. Williams breaking free of one tackle, and they've won the penalty at the very least here. Inside ball for McCusker.
Wrong way.
What's happened to the advantage? There it is.
One, be careful twice. Twice, not wrong. Not the same player. One.
So a chance of 3 points potentially here, although
Well, I think they've got to go with the corner.
it's looking that way.
I think so.
25 meters. Twice.
Ramon Poit having a little word with the Argentinian skipper Fernandez Lobbe for
Five wide.
repeated infringements, and Priestland is going to pop this into the corner or not.
They're not sure what they're going to do yet, are they?
They're having a long discussion. Sam Warburton is deep in conversation with Ian Evans and Mike Phillips.
Well, there's a substitution, so they've got time to think of what to do. Sam Warburton has just said, put into touch.
Cabello makes his way off the field, and on is Thomas Vallejos, a player well known in these parts, of course, playing his rugby for the Scarlets. So into the corner it goes from Priestland. Time to strike now.
They need a strike. First of all, good line out. Front ball doesn't offer much, to be honest. Oh, crucial.
Lost possession. Warburton desperately scrapping to get it back, but this is Argentina on the rampage.
And who is it again? Lobby.
Fantastic match he's had, the Puma skipper. Sanchez clears under great strain. Evans and Hibbard right on top of him.
There's a line out, look. Again. They get up, they lose it.
In prime position, wasn't it?
Yeah, Carrizo, they can't afford to do that.
Hibbard then again will look for a different outcome this time with the clock ticking away. Phillips to Warburton. Really seen too much of Sam Warburton in the loose today. Hook spreading it to North, who's being very carefully marshalled.
No hands. No.
Phillips sniping.
Ball in.
Evans gets it away. Scott Williams has Halfpenny outside him. Tackle again from Camacho, stops him in his tracks.
Yeah. Slowed it down once again.
Well, at the moment, Jonathan, the Argentine defence looks teak tough.
Yeah, I know what's wrong with Lee Halfpenny's footwear, but he seems to be slipping a lot. More substitutions. Fresh legs.
Gomez lining up, ready to come on in the front row for Argentina. Lee Halfpenny jogging over for a little bit of a breather, and the scrum half is coming off. Landajo is going to be replaced by Nicolas Vergajo, who was the man who started for Argentina at the beginning of the Rugby Championship, and after 3 games lost his place to Landajo. So Juan Gomez comes on at tight head in place of Figajo. Changes all round from Santiago Phelan. 14 minutes left to play. Have the Welsh got what it takes to find something from nothing?
Well, it's a good attacking opportunity now. A solid scrum to start, but the Argentinians will attack this now to try and get the disruption between 9 and 10. But they have to think of unlocking this, somehow unlocking this Argentinian defence. You hook at 12. George North.
Set!
Oh, God, it's...
The Argentinians have made a right mess of that scrummage.
Smashed
it. Leonardi who has taken the ball on, and in vital positions. Wales are losing possession. First a line out, now a scrummage, and George North is all the way back just outside his 22. Looking for space, searching desperately in vain for a hole.
Stay in front, son.
Well, that is,
Clueless.
Backward.
Yeah.
And it's given possession right back to the opposition.
Running out of ideas now, Wales.
Sanchez, who's been bright today. He's had his moments.
Chance again here. Chance again.
On the loop is Vergajo. This is looking nice for Camacho in space again. This time it's George North.
Good tackle, George North.
Is equal to the task. Fernandez Lobe, effervescent, so powerful. Brilliant. Cravey
Chance again,
loves the backdoor offload. Vergajo, this is dangerous for Wales.
Great close support there. Very, very good close support.
No hand, 16.
In the pocket again. Drop
Back it comes for Sanchez for a hat-trick of drop goals. That's no good.
No, pass wasn't good. No pace on the pass. Had to bend forward for it. Didn't get his body position right. Just watch. But they don't have to score anything. It's Wales that have to really, really do something special here. Aimlessly kicking the ball away up and unders on the halfway line. They need more than that now. They've got 12 minutes to go. They need to score.
An 8th cap for Ryan Bevington now, as Gethin Jenkins makes way. Vergajo is on the ball for Argentina. Fernandez Lobe. Little show.
Taking it to the opposition again.
Lateral movement.
Yeah.
16 back. Yazan!
They can slow the ball and begin to at this stage with 11 minutes left to play. There'll be a lot of territory played for like that from Sanchez.
Got a bit of check on it.
Over the top and North into touch.
And it's Argentinian ball, yeah. Ball held up, they slipped again.
Grass has been it's been a problem this afternoon.
A lot many of the Argentinians have slipped, I have to say. So it's the same for both sides. There's a start slot, Cardi's meters made, Fender's beaten Lobby. He's been huge, especially in the second half.
He looks like he can hardly move, and yet you know that for the last 10 minutes he will leave it all out there.
He always looks like that though, I think, doesn't he?
Line-out ball is lost over the top. McCusker tries to get on top of it, but it's claimed by Gomez. Vergajo.
Great ball.
Lovely ball from Vallejos. Sanchez again. Bumping off the tacklers is Aguja. Vergajo again. Much more bite and devil to the Argentinian back play now.
Well, they look the ones that look like they just scored again, not Wales.
And they're being composed in possession as well, aren't they? And that's inside the Welsh 22. Searching for it. Vergajo to Cravey, who only knows one way forwards.
Here we are. Another penalty, not releasing. Another penalty for Argentina.
Josh Turnbull singled out.
6 red.
This could be 3 more points. On the angle, tough kick. Sam Warburton, bloodied and bruised.
Well, he's got to go off, hasn't he?
Blood for the captain, win.
Well, that will herald the arrival of Justin Tipuric, who many would have liked to have seen in the starting 15. Captain Warburton leaves the field. Tipuric, a natural fetcher, isn't he? And suggestions really that of the 2 genuine open sides in the Northern Hemisphere who'll be challenging for Lion spots, those 2, Warburton and Tipuric, right up there.
Definitely, I think his regional form has been exceptional, and you know, it was a close call between those 2 on form. Maybe Tipuric would have got it, but Wales played to a structure. They're comfortable with Warburton. You know, happy with this cup leadership.
Tough one for Sanchez. This would be a hammer blow for Wales. It's good. Suddenly the gap is looking a very daunting one. Wales 12, Argentina 26, and there are only 8.5 minutes to play.
Well, you know, they haven't looked like creating anything in the 70 minutes we have played, so Tipuric's first. That's an interesting call.
See if we can hear the explanation from the ref.
Not 10, was it?
Not quite 10 metres.
Well, that's I think that let's have a look. As if it's not 10, or was he in front? Oh, definitely 10. Definitely
Looks all right,
10.
isn't it?
Definitely 10.
There is the mark here.
Yes, sir.
You stay here. All right.
By the way, it's a Puma's ball.
Crutch.
I tell you what.
Set.
A couple of rearranged front rows here, with Ajertsen now teaming up with Crevy and Gomez for Argentina. And the Welsh have Bevington, Hibbert and James on show.
Come close, come close. Crutch. Touch. Set.
Solid from Argentina. Wales going down, and referee Poit right on the mark.
Yeah, this will be an interesting decision for Sanchez. Does he really want to go for goal?
Well, his skipper says he does.
Yeah,
And that will be the decision from Fernandez Lobbe.
It's a long way out, Al, but
well, at this stage they're probably looking at the clock as well, aren't they?
Yeah, well, it'll tick down. It'll be nearly 75 minutes, and but also 14 points the difference now. 2 converted tries, which looks highly unlikely at the moment.
So this is a real monster for Nicolas Sanchez from the halfway line.
It's a lot about confidence, isn't it? His first 2 kicks were poor, and now he's nailed a couple of conversions. His confidence is up.
He's settled in well, isn't he?
Yeah, all of a sudden, yeah, I'll have a go. Why not? Wouldn't be surprised if he slots this.
He's going to fall short this time, and Halfpenny gathers it in and gives it a good thump. This is Tucalet. Claimed by Fernandez Lobbe.
Who else? Yeah, you're right.
I can't think who your man of the match is going to be, Jonathan.
Oh,
Here
what
we
a
go.
break!
Argentina on the rampage again.
The support has been fantastic.
Forwards. Retaining possession, even though the hits come in thick and fast.
Turnover.
Wales have turned the ball over this time.
14 blue using it.
Tap and go, gotta go.
Phillips has to inject the urgency. Hibbard, time running out, less than 5 minutes, and 14 points the difference. Still inside their own half here, the Welsh. Hook popping it up for Paul James. Driven on by Bevington. It's a decent dent. Better from Wales. Priestland. Surely the ball had to go.
Yeah.
Phillips looking to dribble it through in the absence of any other way through the Argentine defence. Tipperick has claimed it for the men in red. North running out of space. Keeps it alive, just. Falatau, the standout back rower in Welsh colours today. Phillips to Cuthbert.
I've seen enough of him with ball in hand.
Phillips again for Priestland, the inside ball. Hook cut down on the spot. Ian Evans now, and a little bit of an overlap as Bevington works it wide. Turnbull takes it on. Paul James gives it a dart, and now some width. McCusker to Hook. Falatau got to release, enveloped by Pumas. And you feel it's coming, Jonathan, but it may just be a little too late. Hibbard.
It's got to be
Options
quicker.
each way here. Phillips whips it to the right. Inside ball for North. Was that high?
Good double tackle.
Out it comes again from Priestland. On the scissors is Williams. Closing in now, the Welsh.
Good play by Argentina, slowing the ball down, just organising their defence.
Just a metre or so away now. Phillips still searching for it, and the referee Poitz is coming back for the high tackle. This is going to be taken quickly and spread wide. McCusker.
Needed a goal. Now quick ball they want. Yes, another good play. Isolated in the tackle. They got off the floor before anyone else.
What an opportunity with three men waiting outside him. Rob McCusker.
The ball had to go, McCusker there. A bit of white line fever there. The opportunity was wider. Well, I've got to pick my man of the match. I could have given it to Camacho or Imhoff, but Fernandez Lobbe has been unbelievable in the second half. So my man of the match, as you see there, Juan Martin Fernandez Lobbe, world-class player, led from the front today. Great performance.
Fabulous effort from Fernandez Lobbe, and it looks like another replacement is about to be brought into the equation. And this match all but done. A minute and a half left to play, and it's Marcos Ayatza who makes way for Bruno Postiglione. Argentina with possession. And there are merely seconds left. Thumped away.
I tell you what, disappointing start for Wales. Haven't really showed anything in attack. Defence has been good, but it was cut to pieces in the second half, Alistair. And also, now with injuries to key players, it's going to be a very, very tough month for the Welsh team, management, and the nation in supporting them. With the All Blacks third up, and then Australia.
Yeah, it suddenly looks like a very long autumn for this Welsh team as Leguizamon bursts forward again for Argentina. They go on to play the French and the Irish. Wales, of course, have Samoa next Friday night.
It's been nice and physical again. I don't think the Samoans be really worried about the way Wales have performed. They've got to pick their game up. They've got to get ball carriers in. It's closing the game down now, aren't they, Argentina?
Yeah, happy to play with the ball, nice and easy, retaining possession. Nothing dynamic, nothing risky. And this an indication, this result, of just how far Argentina have come in recent times. The ability to close out games.
Beating the Grand Slam winners. And they've done it quite comfortably as well, because the 2 tries they created, great support play and offloads. Wales haven't really looked like scoring in all the game, and Argentina thoroughly deserved this win. Played far better than Wales.
A crushing blow for Rob Howley and for Wales. Defeat to Argentina in Cardiff. 11 years to the day since the last Pumas win here. Wales, of course, have now lost 4 in a row, following on from their summer disappointments in Australia. Injuries to Jamie Roberts and to Alun Wyn Jones, and they've been beaten here, Jonathan, importantly, by a team ranked below them. Argentina ranked at 8th in the world, Wales at 6th. This is significant for the World Cup seedings.
It is. I thought it was a very flat performance by Wales. I thought that one plus for Wales was the performance of Aaron Jarvis in the tight head. I thought he locked up the scrum very well, but they didn't offer anything in attack. Far too many mistakes, handling errors. They played a little bit too deep. A lot of work for Robert Howley to do before, and a short turnaround before very physical test against Samoa.
Well, that man has been at the heart of absolutely everything Argentina have been doing this afternoon. Magnificent stuff. Wales 12, Argentina 26.
And the guys talking there about World Cup qualification and ranking points and all that sort of stuff. At the start of the programme we showed you what the table looked like in terms of the world rankings, and that victory will move Argentina up to 7th. And the key thing here is just worth repeating that the team that come 4th will, or at least the top 4 sides, will all be in different groups when it comes to the World Cup in 2015. So that's why the battle for 4th is so key. But the important thing, obviously, is you want to be in the top 8, because you don't want to be in what is always termed the group of death, with 3 of the big countries in there. And at the moment, that's a big result for Argentina, and it could be a big result for Scotland as well, who are going to need to pick up at least 1 victory during the course of their autumn campaign. And they play New Zealand at Murrayfield tomorrow. It's live on BBC One tomorrow afternoon. We'll talk about Wales in just a second, but Stephen, that was especially in the second half, that was a quality performance by Argentina.
It was fantastic. They were physical. They got their offloading game going well. Their wingers were world class. They worked great off the ball, and their involvement, in the phase play was superb.
And they had a leader. Boy, did they have a leader, and he's man of the match.
Well, congratulations. You have marked your 50th cap with a man of the match performance, but of course more important to you, I am sure, is this win here in Wales. 11 years to the day since Argentina beat Wales here. What does this mean to you and to this team?
Good afternoon, everybody. This is a great win for us. We've been searching for this win for a long time as a group, as a new group that we are trying to develop. And it's a huge honor to get that first win for this group in such a lovely stadium. It's the best stadium in the world.
And you are the first team to come here this year and beat the Grand Slam champions. What message does this send out about where Argentina rugby is?
No, for us, the most important thing was to try to get that first win, to reaffirm what we're trying to do. We are so happy to be able to win against such a good team, last 6 Nations champions. So for us, it's a great honor, great honor.
Very many congratulations. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Trophy presentation taking place in a few moments' time. Let's have a look at the 2 tries, though. I mean, the first one was it was a great finish to some brilliant classic rugby.
Absolutely sensational. We talked about Argentina, how much they've improved, but talk about attacking. Gizmo, who could quite easily have been man of the match, also linked to the man of the match, and offloading forwards. It's very difficult to defend against that. Imhoff comes from right behind, trailing there in support, skins halfpenny. It's absolutely fantastic play, and I think this comes from playing the top 3 in the world. They've looked at New Zealand, and in fact they had Graham Henry as their consultant during that Rugby Championship. And
that was
clearly
an all-black kind of try.
Absolutely. When you got forwards interlinking like that, passing out the tackle, offloading, that momentum is very difficult to stop.
There is the trophy presentation to Argentina, and the point that was made by Alistair and Jonathan in the commentary is it could be quite a long next 3 weeks for Wales unless they improve in certain areas. We'll talk about that with Steve in just a second, but let's show you the second Argentinian try, which was, again, was just brilliant.